All right, followers of the Spruced Nook, here it is, the very first official video. On the fly, because that's how I do things. I told you the other day that I bought 7 4-foot trees from the Dollar Tree for $6 each here in our local area. And I have an idea that's already shifted because that's how things go. But here is the first step. I have unboxed the tree, fluffed the tree, and we're in my craft area. Please do not judge me. And the first thing is I have to cover up all this ugly because I'm not using the tree standing up. The first thing I'm going to do is use some twine to try to cover that hole on the top. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't claim to be a professional. I just try things until they work. So let's see how that works out. All right, there she is all twined up. I don't suspect you're going to see it anyway by the time I get the ribbon and the bow on there, but just in case, I wanted to just throw some twine on top. All right, now I'm going to go in with a cheaper tartan ribbon because again, by the time I get the bow on there, I suspect you're not going to see much of this anyway, but I like to use the cheaper stuff, and I'm just going to cover up this ugly pine twig here because again, these are not going in a stand. They're not going to be Christmas trees. All right, there she is. I didn't show you me gluing because you see that? That's a glue gun. Burn. It happens. And yes, I still use a $7 corded glue gun because that's what I prefer. So I didn't show you all the ugly part. So this is all covered in that cheap tartan ribbon because I'm going to come back in with a honkin' bow, I think, if this works out the way it is in my head. So stay tuned for more. All right, friends, bad news. I can't find my tripod. I've looked for it, but I give up. This is my hallway in my own home. Yes, I love the dark color, I love the wallpaper, and I love the chandelier. No, it's still a work in progress, as you can see around the chandelier, but that's okay. Here it is, and I had an idea for Christmas. I thought I would hang swags on my board and batten. Hi, Daisy. I thought I would hang a swag there and one there and keep going. But then I realized that my little itty bitty hallway is little itty bitty, and hanging the swags would take up a lot of space width-wise. So I came up with this instead. I am going to use them as swags on each of the doors. I have 4, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and I've decided I'm going to hang them as swags on each of the doors instead. But look, they're so big because they're 4-foot Christmas trees, but they're not Christmas trees anymore. They're going to be swags. So I started here, and if I had my tripod, I'd set it up and I'd do it right in front of you, but I started, remember I wrapped them earlier, come down, and I'm just starting to tuck stuff in there. So stay tuned. All right, she's coming along. I did have to move ribbon. I moved the red tartan ribbon in toward the center and then added the green velvet ribbon on the left side then. But she's still not done because she still needs some color. So I'm gonna go back in with some bulbs, and then I'm gonna go down and see what I have in my greenery stash, kind of shake it up a bit. Well, there's the pile I came up with. Oh. Let's see how that fits in. There she is, the finished product. From the bow all the way down 4 feet.